Hello, I'm Brett Knowles, and I'd like to invite you to join us for an intriguing panel discussion on September 16th in Manchester. We're going to be debating the topic about gamification and can it help business teams develop engagement, better performance, and ultimately the strategic goals of the organization. Here's a little bit more detail. We've been applying these concepts of gamification or applying game mechanics to business in North America for some time now. And we've seen terrific gains in terms of execution, performance, profitability, customer satisfaction, and employee engagement, and so on. And what we'd like to do is, with a panel of local high-tech experts from Manchester, explore the application of what's worked for us in Silicon Valley for companies like Google, Apple, and even Boeing and Nike to see whether it works in the culture and how we do business in the United Kingdom. So let's talk about this for a second. Overall, we know that engagement is a huge cost to organizations. Overall, about 2/3 of employees are not engaged at work. And that's even in small, high-tech organizations like yours. And obviously that has a knock-on effect in terms of productivity and performance. In terms of hard metrics, here's what we know. Engaged employees book off sick about 2.7 days a year, while as disengaged are almost twice that at 6.2. And we know that disengaged managers are 3 times more likely to have disengaged employees. Now, we're not sure whether it's the managers making the employees disengaged or vice versa, but the net is it's a cancerous situation in organizations, and the employees know it. 30% of employees in the UK feel that senior management doesn't really care about their well-being. There's financial consequences too. Overall in Great Britain, it's a cost of about £30 billion based on that lost productivity due to disengaged employees. Let's take an example. If we take a look at Marks and Spencer's, if they could improve the bottom engaged 25% of their organization to be similar to the top engaged, it would represent about £104 million per annum of increased revenue. That's not hiring new people, getting new stock, doing nothing other than engaging the employees. So huge opportunity. Overall, we know that in your business that employees that are engaged are more willing to do work, more passionate, more productive, more satisfied. In fact, what we know is organizations like yours that have an engaged workforce have an improved operating income by about 19%. And the opposite, if you have a disengaged, profitability declines by about 33%. So what does that mean? Well, it means that for about a 15% increase in engagement, you get about a 2 1/3 increase in operating margin. So you can figure out what that represents to you. Or looking at another way, a 1% increase in employee commitment can lead to about a 10% increase in sales. So terrific benefits, big problem. How do we solve it? The net answer is this. What if we could apply what we call game mechanics? Think of points. What if an employee would earn more points if they worked against a strategic objective than a profit objective? Where does this work out? In organizations like yours, where we're trying to develop new products, where that new product may not generate revenue this year, but if I do it, I'll have more revenue next year. In other words, what if I said I earn 50 points for doing another sale, I earn 500 points for getting that product. So clearly I'm going to focus on the 500 points. In other words, it's paying it forward. I can help individuals be focused on the strategy and be more engaged. I can see ongoing progress and so forth. What I'm poking at here is a movement towards intrinsic rewards versus extrinsic. Extrinsic is just paying people, and we know there's a diminishing return once you reach a certain income level. Intrinsic is what we have in, for example, online games. The idea of intrinsic reward to things like purpose. Let the employee understand what their purpose is. Mastery, let them get the skills, keep repeating that activity until they're good at it. Autonomy, once they're good at it, leave them alone to get that work done. Feedback, make sure they have great scorecards that give them feedback so they can see progress against that product development. That might take a year or two, but they need to see progress every month. And then lastly, socialization, to have that conversation with their coworkers about performance. So if we can build those into our processes, great things happen. During the panel discussion, we'll be talking about these and other topics and ways that we can put dashboards in front of individuals and teams so that they can see how they're progressing and how many strategy points they're earning on a month-to-month, quarter-to-quarter basis. I look forward to seeing you in Manchester on September the 16th.